Students, welcome to social science class 10th. In last video we have discussed about different types of state present in India, like some states were given special provision, some were union territories. Constitutional units are divided in different types. Now, how is federalism practiced? This is our next topic. How is federalism practiced? So, constitutional provisions are necessary for the success of federalism. Means constitution is required for having better performing federalism. If the federal experiment has succeeded in India, it is not merely because of clearly laid its constitution provision. The real success of federalism in India can be attributed to the nature of democratic politics in a country. Not only provisions, but the politics which took place in India, that is also responsible for successful federalism in India. This ensured that spirit of federalism, respect for diversity and desire for living together. Means all people are desired to live together. So let us look at some of the major ways in which this happened. How is federalism practiced in India? How did the conflict did not occur? So first of all, linguistic states. The first major test of Indian federalism was creation of linguistic state. So what is the first major test for democratic politics in country? That is creation of linguistic states. Linguistic states, you can see here, we can see the map of India. There are different states and union territory categorized on the basis of their culture and language. First of all, creation of linguistic states means the states were created on the basis of language. If we see the political map of India, when it began journey as democracy in 1947 and that of 2009, you will be surprised by the extent of change. Many old states have vanished and many new states have been created. Areas, boundaries and the names of the state have been changed. As this is the political map of today's India. It is quite different from the map which we have seen in the 1947. Some states are vanished, means they are ended, their name was changed. Some new states were created. So these were the creation of new states. In 1947, boundaries of several old states of India were changed in order to create new state. This was done to ensure the people who spoke same language live in the same state. Means कि जो एक तरह की लैंग्वेज बोलते हैं वो एक ही रीजन में रहें, ऐसा हमारी गवर्नमेंट का मानना था. Some states were created not on the basis of language but on recognized different based on culture, ethnicity and geography. Not only language was the reason for creating different states, there were another component which resulted to created the new states in India, that is culture, ethnicity and geography. Culture आप सभी जानते हो, ethnicity मतलब धर्म और geography जो लोकेशन है उनकी. Like Nagaland, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand. So Nagaland, Uttarakhand, Jharkhand were the states which were created on the basis of culture, ethnicity and geography, not on the basis of language, because Uttarakhand spoke as equal as the language of approximately language of Himachal and UP, and many other states were created on the basis of culture, ethnicity and geography. These were the states which were created on the basis of ethnicity, geography and culture. These were separated from different states, like Uttarakhand separated from UP and Jharkhand from Bihar. So these states were created. Now When the demand for the formation of state on the basis of language was raised, some nationalist leaders feared that it would lead to the disintegration of country, because the nationalist leader had seen the incident of partition. So they were afraid of having creation of new states on the basis of language, because they suspect that if we create the state on the basis of language, it would lead to disintegration of country. The central government resist linguistic state for some time. मतलब linguistic state create करने का जो फैसला था वो काफी टाइम तक रोक के रखा. But the experience has shown the formation of linguistic states has actually made the country more united. मतलब जब इन्होंने शुरू किया ये स्टेट को क्रिएट करना, तो इससे पता चला कि ये तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा है, मोर यूनाइटेड बनाता है एज कम्पेयर टू डिसइंटीग्रेशन. ये तो मोर यूनाइटेड बनाता है अगर हम स्टेट्स को लैंग्वेज बेसिस पे क्रिएट करें. द लैंग्वेज पॉलिसी, द सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट test of Indian Federation is language policy, the making official language as well as recognized language. First of all, our constitution did not give the status of any national language to any one language. Means our constitution did not give the status of national language to any language. Then Hindi was identified as the official language. But Hindi is the mother tongue of only 40% Indian. Rest of Indian could not speak Hindi. Therefore, there were many safeguards to protect other languages. So what was done? Along with Hindi, 21 other languages were recognized as scheduled language in Indian Constitution. So total 22 languages are there in Indian Constitution. For example, if a candidate in a central examination conduction for the central government position may opt to take examination in any of these languages. मतलब आपने अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का कोई भी एग्जाम देना है तो आप इनमें से 22 में से कोई भी एक लैंग्वेज चुन सकते हो. State to have their own official language. Much of the government work takes place in the official language of the concerned state. For example, in Punjab, the works are done in Punjabi. In Tamil Nadu, the works are done in Tamil. And in the same way, different states having their official languages, the work is done in that official language. Unlike Sri Lanka, the leaders of our country adopt a very cautious attitude towards spreading of use of Hindi. Indian government did not force the people to use Hindi. According to Constitution, the use of English for official purpose was to stop on 1965. They wanted to stop the use of English. But Hindi speaking state demanded that the use non-Hindi speaking state demanded the use of English continue. For this, Tamil Nadu resulted a violent form of movement for continuing the use of English along with Hindi, because Tamil people could speak English more efficiently as compared to Hindi. Thus, the central government was very flexible towards this language policy. They agreed to continue the use of English along with Hindi for official response. Many critics think that this solution favored the English speaking elites. कुछ लोग कहते थे कि इंग्लिश बोलने वालों को ये सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं था. श्रीलंका में तो कह दिया गया था कि सिनाली लैंग्वेज बोली जाएगी, लेकिन इन इंडिया there was a flexible approach for having official language in India. So in this manner, the use of English as well as Hindi continued after 1965 too. Government of promotion does not mean the central government can impose Hindi on the state where people speak different languages. The flexibility shown by Indian political leaders helped our country avoid the kind of situation that Sri Lanka find itself in. Means whatever helped in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan government did not allow any other language to become official, but Indian government did not impose Hindi for official use. Our government at that time was very flexible towards having different language policies for different states, and they did not allow any kind of disruption for having smooth conduct of government in regards to the लैंग्वेज मीन्स लैंग्वेज को लेकर कभी भी इतना बड़ा बखेड़ा ना मिले, इसलिए उन्होंने लैंग्वेज के लिए पॉलिसी को फ्लेक्सिबल रखा. तो read this topic carefully and I will ask question from this topic in the assignment. Thank you.